Hey guys, welcome back to the full match walkthrough series for PUBG on Xbox One. Today we have a duos match on Miramar. Me and my teammate decided to just drop somewhere safe, or so we thought, but there actually was somebody that tried to land with us. So right away I decided to try and punch this guy because he was going to get into the building before me, but my friend was able to find a weapon, so I decided to go in and back him up. Unfortunately, he gets knocked, so it's just all on me to try and brawl this guy because I have no time to pick up a weapon because he's going to kill me with his pistol. Man, I really suck at punching people in third person. I should have went into first person because I'm much better that way. But I really didn't think about it. But I was able to take him down. To his credit, it's really hard to hit people with a revolver. And then we hear his teammate come in on the truck, and so I'm thinking, okay, I need to pick my buddy up before his friend comes in and tries to take me out while I'm healing him. But I was pretty confused because I didn't hear anything else besides when the truck came up. But after taking a look outside, I can see that this guy actually must have ran himself over, or he jumped out of the car too soon and he actually died from falling. And when I looked back at the footage, I thought I was punching that guy out and getting a punch kill for it, but what actually happened was his friend died from falling, which caused that guy to then die without me actually finishing him off punching him. But either way, we finished looting these buildings and then decided to go up the hill because there's a couple god buildings right up there. And off in the distance I see a guy, and so I just floor it and head straight for him, and I pull off a pretty nice power slide. I have no idea how that guy survived that. He should have been dead for sure. I'm thinking that they might have changed something with the vehicle damage to people, because I've noticed a lot lately when we try to run somebody over, it doesn't kill them right away, it doesn't knock them. So we'll have to maybe keep our eye out for that, but I've noticed lately that vehicles haven't been doing as much damage as usual. So again, we looted up. My friend was able to find a UMP for me, so I'm going to swap that out for the shotgun that I have because my M4 only has about 22 bullets in it. Now, really important here, my UMP is on auto right now, but I put it over to the 3X, and eventually here I'm going to put it on single. I'm going to put it on single fire. And just remember that, because I'm not going to remember to put it back in auto fire. And the reason I put it in single fire is because I'm trying to shoot the guy from a long distance, but when I know he's getting closer, I need to remember to put that back in auto fire. And that's why, because you hear the dreaded "Duh," and that's it, no auto fire. I could have easily gotten taken down by that guy, but luckily he was pretty low health, I guess, and I think my friend was shooting him at the same time. I just happened to get that last bullet in. After freaking out that holding the trigger down only shot one time, I was able to readjust and kind of shoot a couple more rounds off before he was able to get too close to me. But I'm going to swap out the UMP, take this AK, and run the rest of the match with the M4 and the AK. So we divvy up our loot and we run towards the zone, and eventually, I'm going to skip ahead here because we didn't really do much. We shot at some people in the distance, but eventually we find this motorcycle and we're just going to head to a building that's in the zone. At this point in the match, 32 left, we're kind of playing it safe. We don't want to go too crazy and just go into a huge compound and have to fight a bunch of people. We're playing for the win. Usually when we're playing the game, we're playing for the win. So we're not really worried too much about getting, racking up kills or anything like that. We just want to survive together and go for the win. So after going to this compound, Nothing really happened there. We saw some people in the distance, but we didn't really take any shots. And circle's moving again, so we decided to get out of there and get ahead of it. But as we're running, we start getting shot at by some guys up the hill to our right. And I just barely avoid getting knocked by that grenade. It was a really good throw by that guy. And they must have like 10 grenades up there because they're just chucking them left and right. And unfortunately, I'm not in a great position here, so I'm going to try and flank to the right. One of their guys is knocked, so I'm just going to push. But in the meantime, my friend gets knocked, and I didn't know this at the time. I kind of forgot, but this is the second time he's been knocked, so he's dying quickly. I'm not sure what that guy was doing. I shouldn't have thrown the nade at him. I should have just shot him right away. If I would have done that, if I would have shot him right away, I would have been able to save my friend. But since I took that time, that extra time to throw the grenade, I didn't know he was bleeding out so fast. But I took that extra time and it ended up costing us, and I wasn't able to pick him up. So now we got 25 left, and it's, me against the rest of the field. I just need to try and survive as best as I can to try and pull out this win. I noticed some people running parallel with me to my right. I don't think they see me yet, so I'm going to try and get the jump on them. And I'm going to post up at these hay bales because they are actually in the circle. Yeah, and they don't see me yet, so I decide I'm going to pull out a grenade, but what I pull out instead is a smoke grenade. And I actually primed it, and so when I went to put it away, it went off. And now these guys know exactly where I am. So much for the element of surprise. But either way, I have a pretty good position on these guys. I think I can actually do this. I'm going to have to because they know exactly where I am. But the smoke is kind of giving me cover, so I did give my position away, but it's helping me out. I tagged the first guy, I tagged the second guy, and I end up knocking the guy on the left, so my first thought is push. So I used my flashbang to try and silence my footsteps as I was running up to hopefully let them not hear me as I'm coming. I knew I wasn't probably going to flash him just because I didn't know exactly where he was. I ended up flashing myself a little bit, but that's okay. It didn't really affect me that much. I was just hoping to kind of deafen that guy so I can run up on him and he wouldn't know exactly where I was coming from. So now we got 5 kills, 17 left alive. I'm going to loot these guys really quick and just get to safety. And all I'm thinking now is just make it to the end. Try and get, in a one-on-one situation if we can, a 2-on-1, at the worst. Just try and hide my way to the end of the game because I don't want to go in there guns a-blazing and just end up dying because at this point, we're really late in the match. We are in the final circles. I want to win this thing for my teammate and for myself. So I'm just going to get to zone. I'm going to wait this one out. Wait until the zone is basically moving and then make my move to try and get to safety again. The reason I wait is because if I go early, there's people in these warehouses maybe that might see me and they shoot me and then I'm dead. If I wait, maybe those guys have already moved on. Maybe they have already secured a different location or they're looking somewhere else. So they're not really paying attention to some guy coming in super late to the zone. So I'm just going to sneak in, get behind some cover, and wait for the next zone. There's definitely some shooting going on in the building to my right. So I decide once they start shooting again, I'm going to make a break for it. They're preoccupied. They're not going to be looking my way. I want to get a head start to try and get to this next circle. And as I'm in this warehouse, I notice a guy hanging on the outside of the building looking up towards the roof. He won't stop moving though, so I have to wait, take my time, and try and line up a headshot because I need at least 2 or 3 hits to kill this guy. I land the first shot, but unfortunately after that, I didn't hit him again. But that's okay, he had to flee, which gives me a perfect opportunity to move across the street. I hear some fighting going on in the back of the building, and I think it's probably the guy that I was shooting that is killing these people. And I'm in right here in this corner of the building, so I just want to check my surroundings, make sure no one's sneaking in, no one is coming across the street towards me. I'm really nervous at this point, and now there's just 5 left, and I can feel the pressure big time. My friend's been helping me the whole time. He's been coaching me through it, telling me, what he thinks I should do and everything. And I think that's really important when you're in a duos or a squad match. Even if you're out of the match, you can still play a role and help your teammate, especially in late game situations. I hear some gunfire going on out there, and the zone's moving fast, and so I need to get to safety and sneak up on these guys while they're fighting. And I'll let the rest of the match play out from here. And there you have it, 7 kills, a clutch win if I do say so myself. Threw in a celebratory flashbang at the end. But I had so much fun in that match. It just embodies everything that I love about PUBG. The feeling of intensity and dread and just every emotion that you can think of while you're playing a video game all happened in this match. The funny stuff in the very beginning, the power slide right after that. This match, if you could put a perfect PUBG match to show somebody, to tell them why this game's so fun, if they can experience this with you, they'll see that, this is a special type of game just because of some of the moments that can happen throughout a match. Chasing a guy in the beginning, punching him out, doing a power slide, and then making the mistakes, I made along the way. I threw a grenade at the guy instead of just shooting him and picking up my teammate. I went to throw a grenade, but it was actually a smoke, and so I tried to put it back away, but I've already primed it, so it drops on the ground and gives away my position. But, we survived. We survived our mistakes. We made some really good decisions and really good plays at the end. Those guys, I guess, just didn't know where I was. I shot the guy that was on the left first, and he kind of went behind cover to heal, I guess, and then the guy on the right, maybe they weren't communicating well, or maybe they just didn't know where I shot from. He was just sitting there. So I took my time, lined it up perfectly, and had some pretty good recoil control, and knocked him, which gave me the opportunity to just wait for this other guy. And luckily he ran towards the middle for some reason, and I was able to take him out and secure the win. Definitely one of my favorite matches that I've won so far. I had a 13 kill duo match that I won a long time ago on Miramar, but this one definitely ranks up with one of the best matches I've had, just personally. And, and 7 kills is nothing to be ashamed of. I think that's a pretty high kill match for myself anyway. And a 7 kill chicken dinner in duos when it's just me by myself with 24 other people alive towards the end. I survived, I made some smart decisions, and it ended up paying off because we got the win. Make sure to like the video if you found this enjoyable or if you found the commentary useful, and subscribe to stay up to date on everything that I publish here on my channel. Interested to see what you guys say in the comment section, as always. But with that being said, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Until next time, I'll see you later.